Hey, it's your boy back again. This is Officer Eno. I want to share some information with you guys, the 11 subscribers, with you guys, because you never know who might see this, man. My testimony. A testimony is something that you start off doing something, and then you end up becoming something else bigger and better than you could even imagine. Man, I met my wife. Now I'm 36 years old. I met my wife about 15 years ago. Actually, 36, 15, yeah, about 16 years ago. I met her when I was 20. She was 17. Yeah, I already know y'all what. She was a junior in high school. You was like, yeah, she was junior in high school, but I was 20 years old. I was like, a sophomore in college, or supposed to be a sophomore in college. Ended up dropping out of college. It just wasn't for me. I tried to live a life that my mom would be happy. It wasn't me. College wasn't me. Nobody knew this, but I got tired of school in the 7th grade. 7th grade, I was done. I got tired of getting up. I got tired of people. I just got tired of school, period. So I lost interest in school. I knew that when somebody said college is not for everybody, it ain't for everybody. You know, if you want a better future and everything like that, yeah, you know, go to college. I mean, I wish somebody would have told me about the other things, you know what I mean? Being a barber, or I used to like work with my hands, being in construction. You know, you don't always got to get that 4-year degree. I could have got certificates. You know, somebody would tell me about that. I probably would have done something different, but I didn't. I went the long way. Everything that I've done in my life is always the long way, the hard way. My life reminds me of the game Clue. Clue, you get two options. Either you go through like the college way, or you go through the working way. You know what I mean? And my life, of course, was through the working way. I went through some college, but I didn't finish it. And I just worked my way up from a security guard to working at a juvenile facility, to working at like a level 1 jail, and to actually become a deputy sheriff. So it took me a while. I think I started working as a security officer probably at the age of 20. I want to say 20 years old. I became a deputy sheriff, I believe, at the age of 26. So it took me 6 years to get here. It took me 3 tries. It took me 3 tries to become a deputy. So don't give up hope, guys. Don't give up hope. A lot of people say, man, I did it once, did it twice, it ain't for me. 3 tries, and I finally got in. So it's been a blessing. My wife is, when it comes to support, you gotta have support, especially in this field as being a deputy sheriff, law enforcement, public safety in general. You gotta have support. My wife has been my support since day one. She asked me when she first met me, what do you want to do? And I said, I want to be a police officer, but, you know, I got a back injury. You know, 2 slip discs in my back. And I said, they go through rough training, and jumping and running and fighting and stuff like that. I'm like, you know, my body can't hold up on that. You know, the last time I ran, remember at this time I was like 24. I said, the last time I ran like even 100 meters, it was probably in high school. That was like 7 years ago. The last time I played basketball, you know what I mean, full court, I was gassed. When I got home, I was hurting. I couldn't move. So I said, what do you think it's going to be like in the academy? The academy's like 20-something weeks. And I was like, there's no way I can make it. There's no way. Every day, there's no way I can make it. My wife just kept saying, look, you can work 2 jobs for the rest of your life. These small jobs for the rest of your life. Or you can stop making excuses and try out. She said, you never know. Just try it out. You just never know. Once again, it took me three chances. I finally got in with the help of my wife, massaging me, helping me run my bath water when I got home. Because after each day, we was able to go home after each day of the academy, and each day I was exhausted. I wasn't a young man no more in high school. Like I said, my body's beat down. My hips took a hit. You know, I took Tylenol like over almost every day to so the pain could be limited. Still felt the pain, man. On weekends, when we had weekends off, man, I would just sleep. I couldn't really go nowhere. I was so tired. But I want to tell people, that support is number one. Even if you don't have support when you start off, eventually you're going to have support going through this, because there's a lot of things you're going to see, you're going to experience. I dealt with so many resistors. I dealt with so many, even officers, even officers that are irritating. Sometimes you got to vent out. We see things that are unfair. We see people that graduate before you or after you, and they end up getting promotions and stuff like that. You need somebody to talk to vent, and so this job, man, you got to have support, whether it's your wife, girlfriend, siblings, mother, somebody, so you can vent. Because if you don't vent, something's gonna happen. You're gonna blow up, man. You're gonna get stressed out. You might eventually quit. Like so many other officers I know, they quit because it's like, man, it's just stuff we going through. They don't get paid enough for this, blah, 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 blah. I have support. My wife is definitely my number one supporter. Like I said, she helped me kickstart this. She's been with me through thick and thin. There's been times where I was ready to give it up. I was ready to say, you know what? I want to do something different. If I'm going to do police, I want to do something like that I enjoy doing. I like working with kids. Let's do school police. It paid less. I'm like, let's do school police. And my wife is like, look, whatever you want to do, do it. Whatever you want to do, do it. She kept on just, whatever you want to do it. I'm glad I stayed. I'm glad I stayed because I finally now got the position. 8 years later, I finally got the position that I always wanted, the spot that I always wanted, and I can say, man, I can retire doing this. I can retire being a transport officer, transporting inmates around the whole state, from jail to jail. I can do that. I said, this is awesome. Get paid pretty decent, get left alone, and man, but this whole video is just about support. You got to have support, not just with this job, in life in general. My wife always been my support system, point blank, period. Anytime I want to speak to her about anything, about life, children, whatever, she's my vent. Sometimes on the opposite side, it can be a lot on her because she got her own stuff to deal with. She works. We got children. We got a home to take care of and things like that. So you got to be mindful as that. So sometimes one outlet is good, but two outlets is good. Expressing to somebody else, hey man, I'm going through this, going through that, and just venting. So please support one another, especially in public safety, because we go through a lot. EMS, firefighters not really, they don't. that's a joke, but we go through a lot, guys. So we just need your support. I know a lot of people don't like us. What's going on in this world today on social media? They're so quick to down us. So quick to say something bad about us when something goes wrong or go left. When one officer does something bad, it makes all of us look bad. It's kind of like teachers. When one teacher does something bad, everybody look at certain teachers like, oh man, blah, 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 blah. So be mindful of that. Always have your support system. Day one. Put God first, more importantly than anything. But sometimes God may not ever respond back to you. So you need humans. So thank God for my wife, man. So, all right, guys, support one another. Officer Eno out. Woo, woo, woo.